For Always Bloom, we have Emma's cards. We did internal. We did internal and external.
Oh, yeah.
And so you got the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety, fear, nightmares, disturbing. Feels are keeping you down. The more you associate with fears, the more it hurts your life. Nice.
Out to break the cycle.
And then I got the Three of Pentacles, grappling, lack of harmony, pettiness, and weakness. And then your external is the Ace of Wands, inspiration, new opportunity, growth, potential, major growth potential. And then external for Kyle is the Queen of Pentacles. Damn, I got 2 Pentacles in a row. Damn. Nature, practical, providing, financially, mental, compassion, connection with Mother Nature. Green is a rhythmic song and opens up into lushness. Did we achieve that?
Veils of green climb the walls, raised in fear. Where is the result?
Dude, weirdly, this is like so like kind of about like what this song is.
Yeah. Wait, what was my second card again? Sorry.
Ace of Wands. Inspiration, new opportunity, and growth.
Yeah. Which makes sense for that time. Because that's when I was not fully in alopecia universalis.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Everyone's talking about AI. Like, AI is such a big thing this year. And we were like, hey, Ryan, like, who's Emma's fiance. And we're like, yo, send us like an AI, like, Mid-Journey thing of like green and nature. And we were like, yo, like, put all these words in and see what comes out and send it to us. And he sent us his image. And then I remember like we were like looking at that image periodically to be like, let's like write a song about like this like weird like Terminator world.
Yeah. This was one of the hardest songs for me on the record in general.
I think it was like, for me too.
When we first did it, when we first wrote it and everything, we were like, hell yeah. And then we kind of kept going, and then we were like, oh no.
Yeah.
We were trying to like put too much in every part instead of kind of like letting it actually breathe the way we wanted it to. We were kind of suffocating it.
Yeah.
And like we had all these awesome parts, but we were putting all of these awesome parts in every single part of the song.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of so thing. Crazy.
Realistically, what we did is we stripped back.
We literally took everything out.
And then kind of like added our pieces in, and then changed or added new things. Because like I love the progression of how the chorus hits now.
Yeah, especially like at the end, like that. I mean, this is like a very artsy song, like, but the way that the end is now, it's like, oh, this is like an ending to where it starts.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, it literally took like mutilating it. I mean, at one point we had like this like orchestra part that I made. Oh my,
dude, we had.
And it was just like it's not that it sounds bad. It's like why the fuck are we doing this?
Yeah, it never like it hit when we first did it, because of course we were like, I mean, that was like the 4th song we had done, so we were just like, yeah, we're great at everything.
Yeah, I know.
and then like we listened to it, and then it was just kind of like a
yeah.
The music in our plans weren't jiving just yet.
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Yeah, the writing was fun, and like,
yeah.
You know what they say? If you don't have a chorus, you don't have a song. We didn't have a chorus.
Yeah. Well, and because the chorus, like I loved the where like those words that we had,
Yeah.
but that singing that I don't know if people understand how hard it was to sing that. Number one, remembering the order of despite all the
Yeah.
mistakes we made, like that alone, I would fuck it up.
I know.
Sorry. And it's just so wordy too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was the hard part is like making that like all hit together like in the chorus, but the words were amazing. I loved like
Yeah.
where we
Well, I
went
like,
with like
yeah, exactly.
the
It's like
vocal
what we're
or
trying
the
to
lyrics.
say. Like what we were saying was like, we were like,
Not
yes, like we love this, but like, how do we do it? Like,
how does it get conveyed like
yeah.
the way in as magnanimous like as we wanted it to
Yeah.
be.
So let's dive
God,
in. What were you going to say about magnanimous?
it's just a crazy word. Magnanimous. Magnanimous. I don't know. I just like saying that word. Okay. Continue.
When you say that, I'm gonna like just like put a blip of like magnanimous,
Magnanimous,
and like have like the definition because no one fucking knows what that means. But anyways, here we are. We're thinking of like how the Earth is agnostic to whether or not there's human life on this planet. And we were talking about AI a lot, and we were just like, if we, as a human race, annihilate ourselves, then at some point, the Earth is still going to go on. And, you know, maybe this machine and AI will go on. And that's kind of like where some of these themes come in.
Whoa, holy shit, we really did.
Yeah, we did do this.
I'm like, whoa, we wrote a sci-fi novel.
Yeah, we did. So, let's dive in. CHiPS lore!
Yeah. CHiPS lore!
All right, so the song starts with veils of green climb the walls, raised in fear, where is the resolve? What does that mean?
See, and again, to me, I still view this like as like a personal thing.
Oh, I do too.
I love the imagery of all of it, and it's all a parallel in many ways. But it's how we were picturing that exact visual that you were saying that like the things are still going to grow despite everything else. However, though, they are growing in a place of fear.
Yeah.
Like in like when is this going to happen again? Like when is I'm going to get like
or also
chopped
like
off
or
again.
also like when is there gonna be some resolution to what this is? Like, this is where we bring in like, so basically we're just setting like a imagery, like, and also it sings like very beautifully, and Emma does it so lovely. But we bring in these characters, and the line is, the messenger becomes the harbinger, and all the little buds still find the sun. And to me, the messenger is like AI or like us or whatever
or humans.
thing. Yeah. And the messenger is becoming like this bad thing, like we're destroying the earth, whatever.
Yeah.
But
still, regardless, there's nature's
hope.
Always going to prevail.
There's hope.
She's always going to keep growing.
Exactly. And if we didn't have like where the chorus ends up at the end of the song, like this would just be some weird like hippie artsy like
it
nature
totally
song
would.
But because like at the end when all these things, it's like I think of it so differently. I think of it as like it's like every day we're like in a constant battle with ourselves and whatever, and it's like finding out like how to let like the good things inside of you flourish, because in a way like we're messengers to ourselves, and we're harbingers. People say terrible things to themselves every single day, and it's like kind of like, yo, let the good things flourish inside of you. Our pre-chorus is in the gloom it will always bloom, calling out to change the cycle, calling out to break the cycle.
Kyle and I were playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah. So much.
And if anybody has played Tears of the Kingdom, when you're underneath in that area is so pretty. It's like dark until you like
light it up.
It's very scary and shit, but we wanted to incorporate some of Zelda into it. So in the gloom, and singing that word is also, it can be very satisfying. I love that part because we literally just tried to put in something from Zelda because it makes sense within
but it
all
also
of it too.
like
In the
fit
gloom.
in. Like in the gloom of in the gloom of the world, like it's gonna still bloom.
Yeah.
It's still gonna flourish. So
yeah.
And this is our call out to either like change like your mentality and what you're doing and break the cycle, which is depression, whatever you want to call it. Like the way you sing it, it's just like it's like, oh my god, yeah, in the gloom, you always bloom.
In the gloom, yeah.
It's a
weird in between of a It's a
ballad rock song.
Yeah,
Power ballad.
It is though.
Is that what they call those?
It's ballady because it gives you this like very. It's a triumphant-esque, but with like a little bit of melancholia to it, you know?
We love melancholy. But yeah, in this first one, she just is saying, I am alive, over and over. Yeah. Which if you listen to I Want More, when she's doing that vocal riff in the second chorus, that's where that shit came from.
Literally where it came from.
And like we were so sitting there and we're like, we should use that, but for the other song about like nature and shit.
Yep.
I really do think of it as like a song about like depression and not like the AI, like whatever we were thinking of. And it's funny how like songs like do that. I mean, I think that's part of like what we were saying, like us not liking it was maybe we didn't even understand like what we were trying to say. What we were
even trying to write. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and when going into the second verse, we really tried to mirror as much as we could with the first verse.
Yeah, it was like it, and also like develop it like the story, I guess, a little more. So we say veils the green, they take it all when ash meets earth to mend its fall.
Doesn't always mean that like there isn't going to be a good outcome.
Yeah.
It like because nature's still going to end up coming back from it. Exactly. And a lot of the time stronger than it was.
Yeah, stronger than ever. And that's what we say right after that. Because we say the harbinger, which from the first verse was like the bearer of evil. Now the harbinger welcomes the new resolve. And there they meet beneath the sun. So now like this thing that was considered like terrible and evil is now like welcoming the new era of like what it is, you know?
Yeah.
And they meet as equals and move on.
Yep.
And I think the reason we liked like beneath the sun and even used like the sun, still find the sun in the first verse is because it's like about like the growth, like the sun, photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis. Why? I don't know why that made me laugh, but I immediately quote fucking SpongeBob.
I know. Photosynthesis.
Anyways. Okay.
But like to make like it's just like, you know, we're all growing and like the like things that maybe affected you negatively before become like your strength, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, 100%. I don't know, but it makes sense to me because I'm like, yeah, what would I do at the end of if it was all dead? Okay, well, I guess we might as well start over.
Yeah, might as well accept it and like take it in.
Cool. All right, pal. Everything's destroyed. Let's go, buddy.
And so we hit the second pre-chorus. In the gloom, it will always bloom. Calling out to change the cycle. Like calling out.
Needed that. Yeah. It's because it is honestly a really, really damn good pre-chorus. It's constantly
really nice.
Because you want your pre-chorus to constantly like reinvigorate like the chorus again.
Yeah.
While your chorus can sometimes differentiate like vocally and whatnot. You have that.
This is where shit gets crazy.
Oh yeah, dude. Because then so much
we have like this like breakdown chorus where Emma's just like riffing to like, dude, this song honestly I feel like would be a really, really cool live song. Like if you had like, crazy lights and everything, because it's like, it's like calling out and then you're just like going mad like Elmo, like I'm alive. And there's only like guitar and drums. It's like imagine like all the crazy lights you could be doing. Like it would be nuts. But the real chorus. And that is I am alive in spite of all the words you say. I am alive despite all the mistakes we make. And this is where the whole song makes sense for me.
In spite of all of that. In spite of all my, like, the times that, like, we've all messed up, people have messed up, it's just, like, in spite of that all, like, we persist.
Exactly. And that has been the freaking message this whole record.
We still carry on. Keep calm and chive on.
No, but it's like the message of hope. It's like no matter,
it is.
Like in spite of what I say or what people say that I say or whatever, I like persist, just like nature will, just like how the earth will, like all those like weird, crazy nature, weird hippie things that we were talking about, like just writing about plants, basically.
Yeah.
Like all of that, you're gonna keep growing, and that's like the beauty of life. If you just keep going, you gotta you're gonna get better at it.
Understanding that like we're all a lot more resilient than we actually give ourselves credit for.
We're resilient, but we're like it's like when shitty things happen, which they do to everybody, you learn from it, but at the end of the day, like whatever that is, that's not gonna define you unless you like do some really crazy shit. But we're talking like normal people stuff, like I said something mean to my friend and now they hate me. It's like you'll find new friends.
You'll find new friends.
I mean, for real though, like it's like people may not.
I know.
Like,
I'm just
may
like,
just
what if they were a dildo and they're the one that needs to change?
No, but like,
you'll find.
No, but that's like, dude. I swear, I think about this all the fucking time when we've been doing all this stuff and like leading up to this moment for this song. It's like these two words are like exactly what this like whole process of making this was for me. Is that it's like going through like weird relationship shit, like family, friends, whatever. It's like despite all of it, despite of how I act, I can be wrong like 9 times out of 10, but despite that, I will still be okay. And despite the mistakes that I've made, or I guess, okay, we do say it. So in spite of what I say, I'm cool. Despite the mistakes I make, I'm cool. So at the end of the day, I'm cool. And this also like this whole thing started with give and take. Like when we did compassion was just like, fuck it, we're just making a fun like crazy song and like seeing if we work well together. Like let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but it did end up being
for sure.
Like we were,
much like this one, where like it's like, we wrote about nature, but then the meaning actually had a different meaning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 100%.
But it really started with give and take, when it's like I feel compelled to say what's on my mind, because at the time there's so much chaos in my life that I was just like, I feel compelled to say these things. And then at the end of the day, after that long journey we take, in spite of those words, I'm alive. And that's the fucking best thing that could ever happen to any of us.
Yeah. That is true.
All right, my rant is done now.
Yeah, it's like the effect and everything else was the cause.
Yeah.
Like, it's the... Yeah, I feel like all the other songs were like there to ask all the questions that, and I mean, that's like kind of a bold statement, but you know what I'm saying. It was like, this is like the answer to all of them in a way.
No, I feel like this is one of those songs that just people are gonna hear and be like, not for me. But like,
it very well could be. It's different. It's very different. I think but I love it. I think it's great. It ended up being one that like I like really look forward to listening to, because I know where all the moments that I like are.
Yeah. I don't know, like when you start a journey like this, like wanting to like, hey, I'm gonna like put myself completely out there and make a record and try to like do some shit musically with my life. You like dig deep and you're like going in and you're like really like showing people like, we have to convince the public that we're cool. And so like you're showing the public like who you are. Like you're like being like, hey, I'm this person, you can fucking shit on me. And like literally, by the way, when we put out our first song, I sent it to like all my friends. Guy literally goes like, he's like, is this supposed to be like the best song? And it's like, that's the first fucking song that we put out. And it's like, that's just like what like it's like. And so I guess like for me, like the reason that this song like hits so hard is because at the end it's like I kind of am just like, I feel like that weight of like, I said everything I need to say, I've made mistakes, and now I can fucking move on.
Well, and then we just have to now what you do next is you eternally grieve what you just wrote as you're trying to write the next bout of songs, and be like, why isn't it as good as the last ones?
Yeah, exactly. What you're saying, like what people will say?
No, I'm saying for us, like going into doing more. That's it. That's how I am with my brain. I like have to basically grieve like the last record I put out and be like, why is it not as good? Why is everything I'm writing not as good as that anymore? And then and then you have to bury it and just keep burying it.
CHiPS 2 is gonna be way more violent. What are we doing?
I don't know. I can't even see your eyes because of the way it's propped up.
But I just made this song like my fucking champion, you know?
No, I know, but also you kind of said everything too.
Yeah, I feel very passionately about it.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
I am alive.